deal in the realm of the tangible. But God deals in the realm of the intangible.
That's right.
He's operating where you can't see.
That's right.
He's moving in the realms of darkness. The darkness and the light are the same thing with God. God's moving and you say, well, what's he doing? Don't worry about it. He got your back. I said to the Lord, you heard this a couple weeks ago. I said to the Lord, I said, you know, Lord, I thank you for all you're doing for me. And the Lord said, son, you don't know half of what I'm doing for you.
Come on now.
What I'm saying was, all I know about what he's doing for me, I thank him for. And I know he's doing things for me that I can't see.
That's right.
It's the same thing for you and me. Same thing for you. There's so many things that he's doing for us here right now. There's so many things, say, brother, he's doing for us, to us, that we have no consciousness of, no awareness of. We know about the dangers that we have seen that he kept us from, but what about dangers that we have not seen? There are things that God has kept us from and kept us from. And so when we ask him to do various things or speak the word of the Lord, you have to receive by faith. It's a done deal. You have to go to sleep at night knowing that he got your back. You have to know that things are going to be all right in the morning. You have to already know that when you sleep at night that there's nobody breaking in, nobody coming in.
That's right.
Because he'll just like this story about Martin Luther King said, two men said they had one of them said they were going to do some bodily harm to Martin Luther King, and he was out in the woods praying, and the two men were going out there to do him bodily harm. The story said, and the story went, I don't know how true it is, but with the bodily harm, said one of them said they saw these two huge men out there with him while he was praying. And they turned around and decided not to harm him. One of us got saved, apparently, some years later, and told the story. They said, what two strong men? Martin Luther King, when he heard the story, he said, I was out there by myself. No, he was alone, but he was not alone.
That's right.
Do you remember? He was alone, but what? He was not alone. He said, because his father threw the holy angels. Do you know how many times that people could have done you harm, done me harm, done us harm? And say, but angels didn't show themselves to you, but showed themselves to them.
Come on now.
They said, you can touch him and see what I do. You think you bad? Try me. Amen. The point about it is, you have to receive by faith the operation of God's power. The power of God, you don't feel it all. The type of power, you don't feel that. All you see is the devastating effect. Holy Ghost power, same way. You don't feel it, but all you will see is the powerful effect. Because it works. Turn to your neighbor and say, the Holy Ghost works. Come on, say it again, the Holy Ghost works.
Holy Ghost works.
The Holy Ghost power, we're working in that. He's working right now. Now, this is very important, and I want you to go to Psalm 105 with me. Psalm 105. Now, the point here, this is the last point. Jesus said when he told this woman, he said, who touched me? Watch what he said here, Nicole. He said, who touched me? And the woman, fearing and trembling, the Bible said, fell at his feet and said, and told him all the truth. Told him that she was unclean. Told him that she had been going to positions that all her money was gone. Told her that she knew she had no right to be there in the midst of the people who were thronging him because she had what they considered to be a communicable disease. Told him that she had gotten to the point where she said, I was determined that this is my last resort. I'm going to touch the hem of his garment. I'm going to touch the hem of his garment. At the bottom of the priest's garments, they have what they call phylacteries. And each one of those phylacteries were little balls wrapped with threads, had promises in them at the bottom of the priest's robe. And she was touching the phylactery. She was touching the little ball that had promises in it. She was touching the hem of his garment where the phylacteries were. There were promises built in, sewn in little words, little scriptures, into the bottom of his robe. She was touching the hem of his garment where the phylactery, where the promises were. And she told him all the truth. She was touching the promise. She was touching the promise. And turned around and the promise touched her. Hallelujah. What's the point about that again? It said, God, he said, you receive it. But when he asked her, he said, who touched me? Then she told him. She told him. Now, he says, daughter, thy faith has made you whole. Your faith made you whole. She said, well, I thought you did it, Jesus. No, it's your faith in me that made you whole. Your faith made you whole. And this is what the point is. I'm going to go to Psalm 105. Let's go there just with the verses 1 and 2. Could somebody read it for me out loud? Come on, quickly, Jesus. Give thanks unto the Lord. Call upon his name. Make known his what? His deeds among the people. Verse 2.
Sing it to him, and sing it to songs, and say unto him, talk ye of all his
talk ye of, come on, of his wondrous words. Let's stop right there. Now, what's the fourth thing? Number one, we said what? Say it. Number two, what she do? She did it. She did what she said. Number 3, she received it. But the 4th thing I want to say this is this. She told it. She told him, but guess what else she told him? She told all the people that were around her. They heard everything about it. What's the point about this? Jesus wants you to touch him by not only saying it, by not only doing it, by not only receiving it, but he wants you to touch him by also telling him what he did. You have to make known his deeds to other people. You say, well, that's just between me and Jesus. No, you're not going to touch Jesus like that. You have to tell what he did for you. You have to testify of what he's done for you. You have to make known his deeds among the people. And that solidifies it for you. That crystallizes it for you. That makes you whole. Not just healed, but what? Whole. You have to tell somebody about it. Why? Because others also need to receive what you've received and believe what you believe so that Jesus can do for them what he did for you. Are you hearing me, somebody? It's all about spreading the good news about Jesus. Jesus wants you to touch him today. He wants you to touch him today. Now, the problem is most people don't know how to touch him. So we said today how to touch him. Whatever your particular need is, find the scripture in the word of the Lord, that little promise, that little phylactery, that little word in the Bible that covers your need, and claim it. Speak it. Act on it. Amen. Receive it by faith. How? By praising God in advance before you have it. Now, let's take a few moments right now. What needs do you have? Is it financial? Well, then let's look at finances for a minute. The Bible says, but my God shall do what? Supply all your needs according to what? His riches and glory. How? By Christ Jesus. So in Jesus Christ, all needs are met. All needs are met. So you say, well, Pastor, what do I need to do to tap that in? Well, you need to be a tither and an offering giver. We know that. I said, but at the same time, if you're not, God will have mercy upon you, but just don't continually ask for that mercy. Amen. You got to move in the direction of doing what he says. So he will meet your need. What about if it's a physical need? You say, well, what about my physical body? Well, first of all, the Bible says, redeem the Lord, don't call yourself sick.
That's right.
You can't say one thing and pray something else. Hello, somebody. So what do you must do? He said, when you believe that you receive it, you must say, if I can just touch that word. And that word is Jesus. That word is Jesus. Jesus himself what? Took my infirmities, read it with me, took my infirmities, bore my sicknesses, and by his stripes, I am healed. But you don't understand, Pastor, I'm diabetic. Keep on saying it, you'll remain it. Keep on saying it, and you'll remain it. Change your words. Change your words. I'm not diabetic. I'm not mentally retarded. I'm not slow. I'm not an alcoholic. I'm not a drug addict. I'm not a smoker and can't stop smoking. No, I'm not. I am healed. Healed. Whatever you want, that's what you have to speak. Positive or negative, the dynamic power of the Holy Ghost is available to you according to your words. What do you want? What do you want Jesus to do for you? Speak it. Say it. Act on it. Come on, somebody. Receive it by faith. Thank him for it. Whatever the thing is, Jesus said, I can be touched today, just like I was touched 2,000 years ago, and I'll be touched again tomorrow. All I want you to do is speak it, do it, receive it in thanksgiving and praise, and once I do it, and once I'm doing it, tell it. Tell somebody else, but they will also have faith in me. For she heard of Jesus. That's what somebody had told her about him as a healer. She heard of Jesus. All they was waiting for, all people are waiting for is to hear something about Jesus. Jesus can fix it for you. Jesus will work it out for you. Jesus will turn the situation around for you. He said, well, Pastor, you don't understand. I'm facing eviction. So what? He still owns a cattle on 1,000 hills. Silver and gold belongs to him. Houses and lands belong to him. The earth is still the Lord's and the fullness thereof. Amen. The world and they that dwell therein. You say, well, what can I do? Call upon the name of Jesus. Amen. Watch him fix it for you. Amen. He will fix it for you through his word. Amen. He'll fix it for you. Just what did I say again? I must what? Say it. Do it. Receive it. Amen. Lift those hands toward heaven. Hallelujah. Lift those hands toward heaven. Hallelujah. Lift those hands toward heaven. I want each and every one of you, whatever that thing you're going through in your life, whatever situation you're handling right now in your life, please listen to me very carefully. Jesus is here right now.
Yes, Lord.
By His Spirit, by His power, to effectually fix everything in your life.